What is up, guys? My name is Chaotic Psycho, and welcome back to Killer Love. Remember that game that I played yesterday, I guess. And also, sorry if the fan is blowing into the mic. AC is not hot. Freaking. Had to get AC fixed, basically. It got fixed though, just so you know. But I guess that's why there was a fan in the last episode. Was because AC was busted, and you don't know heat until you've been down to southern heat. Like, you think that 90 is bad? All this week that I'm recording this, it's all gonna be 100 plus. Anyway, let's start this. That's the wrong button. Alright, so we're continuing where we left off at 1:04 in the morning. Chapter 3, No More Stalling. August 10th. Hey, that was yesterday, but that's today. Well, that's yesterday to you guys, because I'm uploading this tomorrow. August 10th. I could write about all the talks we had, about the first night we spent together, about looking for an apartment and finding it, and about moving in. Hold on. Okay, that should fix the audio issues if there are any, or if there were any. About pretty much anything that had only involved the two of us, but I think it's time to move on. This isn't a feel-good journal, after all. It was a Thursday, coming up to a year since Grace and I started dating. I was at the cash register. Grace wasn't in the store. An old lady was counting her change, slowly with trembling hands, when Anna walked in. Oh no, the heart beats again. Anna didn't buy anything. She went for the register, towards me, empty-handed. The sight of her approaching made my heart start beating like mad. My head hurt. I knew the moment I saw her that meant trouble. Jack? My God, is that you, Jack? She had the nerve to pretend she stumbled upon me by accident, like she hadn't tracked me down. But I didn't have it together. I couldn't see through her acting. I was confused, panicking, not sure why. Excuse me, miss? Is it you? Please don't cut in line, miss. It's not fair to the other customers. Frickin' phone. Mute you. The old lady was still tackling her mass of coins. She didn't seem to notice much around her. Don't play silly with me, Jack. It's you, isn't it? Yes, my name is Jack, but you got me confused with someone else. There's a lot of Jacks out there. Oh, come on. You're you, alright? I put a hand on the counter, steadying myself. She reached out as if to place her hands on mine. I jerked my hand back like she was going to bite me. It's me. It's Anna. Don't you remember your old friend? No, we never met. I guess it has been a while. 15 years? Jesus Christ. I've only been around for 15 years, so that means that'd be... Well, this game came out last year, so... That'd be 2004! Jeez! Then again, there are some people who haven't seen their families in decades. Well, and sometimes those people... A lot of the time, it's like other reasons, and then there's those other times where it's just like you don't want anything to do with your family anymore. Like, I get that. But Jesus Christ, 15 years not seeing someone? Sheesh. Then again, I haven't seen this one guy who was like my best friend in kindergarten in like 10 years, so... Not me. Must be someone else. Anna stared right at me. Through me. I thought I'd either boil or freeze. Sure, it's you. Let's go somewhere and talk about old times. I know a great restaurant just 2 streets over. Look, lady. Even if I was this friend of yours, I have a job to do. So let me get on with it. You're bothering the customers. Customers weren't bothered one bit. If they hated anyone, it was probably me. After all, I was being so rude to this pretty, charming girl who only wanted to talk to her friend. That's a good point, Jack. What are you doing in this place? It's a pile of trash. It's a pile of trash, but hey, it's $7.25 an hour. Minimum wage. Minimum wage is minimum wage. It's cash. I'm trying to get a Switch Lite, dang it. That's no joke. I'm actually trying to get a Switch Lite. Because, hey, I want to play some Nintendo games. Because my cousin has a Switch. And one of my friends has a Switch. And, you know, I don't want to be like that kind of guy who only goes over to places just to play games. I'm just saying. Someone like you doesn't belong here. Also, I think you might have noticed that I kind of go for a bit higher pitch. Like, not a bit, not like very noticeable, but like, for this Jack guy, I do my normal voice, and then I do a slightly different voice when I do the girl voices. And so that way it doesn't end up being like Yuri or Natsuki from Doki Doki when I did that game. I thought I was through trying to reason with her. I crossed my arms and said nothing, hoping she would notice that my heart was pounding way too fast. Anna gave me a good hard look. So that's how it is. I'll see you later, Jack. And she went away. I let out a long breath I hadn't noticed I was holding. I felt awful. Even worse, I felt Anna had been right. There had definitely been something familiar about her. But I didn't want to find out more. Next time she comes in, I'll treat her the same way. I told myself. Guessing correctly, there'd be a next time. Guessing wrongly, that it'd be at the store. I'll do it again and again. Until she gives up. I don't know what she wants. But I won't give her an inch. That sounds dirty. The old lady cried out. She found a quarter. August 11th. It's weird, isn't it? How I just write today's date like that, and then go right to tone about something that happened months ago. I should write down on when that stuff happened. But it was long ago. I don't think I can remember the exact dates. Who cares? This is only for me anyway. It could be a jumbled mess. Sometimes I feel like I should write more about what's happening now. But nothing is happening, so screw it. When I told Grace about the girl who called herself Anna, and who called me Jack even though we didn't wear name tags, she took it like it was a good news. That's amazing, Jack. She must have recognized you from childhood. She said 15 years, didn't she? That's right from the time you can't remember. I don't know. She might be some sort of scam artist. I'd come up with that idea of Anna being a scam artist. She seemed a good enough excuse not to go near her again. Yeah, right. Come on, Jack. At least give her the benefit of the doubt. I don't need her, Grace. I've got you. Jack, I'm not telling you to sleep with her. Don't be rude to her next time, okay? I wasn't being rude. You so were. Okay, so what if I was? It's not fair to her. She seems like a nice girl. And you don't... Stutter. Don't. And you don't think it'd be good for you too? Or whatever. To be friends with her? No, not really. She could tell you about your past. Then maybe some things would start to make sense. You could put whatever happened behind you. But nothing happened. Something must have happened, Jack. Please don't. Grace fell silent. Instead of continuing, she started running her fork through the peas on her plate. We were having dinner. People don't what? Well, people don't do that at night, unless something happened to them. I keep telling you, it must be a weird kind of insomnia. Insomnia is where you can't sleep, isn't it? Hold on. To Google. Insomnia meaning. Habitual sleeplessness or inability to sleep. So basically, it's like when you literally can't sleep for like a day straight. Basically, whatever gamer has. I'm kidding. Nothing more. Sleeping pills don't work on it. Something will, eventually. But why not try this? The memories you have, it's like they want out. I think they should get out too. And you wouldn't be scared of whatever happened anymore. And how does that work exactly? You'll be able to face it properly. It's helped me a lot, you know? Thinking about what happened to me, seeing it's not so bad as I thought it was. I stubbornly refused to answer, and went on eating like there hadn't been a conversation at all. Again, I need to stop recording these videos so late at night. What Grace had referred to was something I'd only recently found out. Apparently, I shouted and kicked at night a lot. Sometimes I all-out screamed. It's like that one episode of Simpsons where Homer got his butt beat by Bart at, I think it was some sort of like knockoff of Punch-Out or something. And like, and Homer's dreaming, and he's dreaming that he's getting his butt beat by Bart in the game, but instead of them playing the game, they're in the game, and they're the characters. And right as Bart goes to do like a TKO or something, Homer just freaking sits up and just screams. I don't remember which episode it was. I think it was an early episode. Like, maybe not season 1 early. I don't know. I can't remember. That was years ago when I watched that episode. Like, 6 years ago. Maybe I still do all that? Who knows? Maybe the staff and patients here are too polite to point it out. No, I don't scream at night anymore. I'm fairly sure I don't. Though that's not to say I can sleep all that well. Funny how, at one point, something like that was the biggest problem in my life. It was so long ago. Or at least it feels like so long ago. So much has happened since then. Anyway. The morning after, I would wake up sweaty and tired, but it wasn't until Grace told me about the screaming that I found out why. Grace said it happened about once a week. It really freaked her out the first few times it happened, but then she got used to it. Or as used as you can get. It makes me feel like an a-hole, realizing how nonchalant I was about it. Screaming every few nights in my sleep I felt, a small price to pay so I wouldn't have to bother with the past. But it didn't matter, in the end. If I decided to face the past or not, either way, it was coming. Second time Anna and I met as adults, we were neighbors. I was coming back home from a morning shift at the store. I went into our building, up to the second floor, down the hall to mine and Grace's door, and I froze. There was someone standing in front of our door. That someone was her. Anna? Jack? Oh, goodness! What are you doing here? Don't tell me you... She pointed at the door, as if to ask if I lived there. Yes, that's my apartment, as you damn well know. The hallway air felt warm and stale, soup-like. What are you doing here? I was going to say hello to my new neighbor. So hello. Wait, huh? And here. She pushed something into my hands. It was a plate wrapped in plastic wrap. There was something brown on the plate. Brownies. I'm sure you'll like them, Jack. Why did I get that thought in my head? I don't know. But we're not neighbors. I spat the words out. Yes, we are. I'm right over there. Anna showed me the door to the right of mine. Ah, that place has been empty for weeks. I'm pretty sure the guy who lived there before was a heroin addict. He didn't seem so bad now. Probably because he died. What an amazing coincidence, though. To think we'd end up living so close by again. It's not a coincidence, is it? Pardon? Come on, really? What are you trying to do? It's obvious you planned this. There's no way something like this could happen by accident. Anna laughed. It was a sound like a fork scraping on a plate. You ever scratched a fork on a plate? It sounds like this. Why do I have a plate and fork sitting next to me? I don't know. I forgot to put it up earlier. Well, you can believe it's a coincidence, or you can believe it's not. Either way, we'll be seeing each other pretty often. Enjoy the brownies. Thanks. I'm not a big fan of sweet stuff, but I'm sure Grace will love them. Grace? Who is Grace? My girlfriend. I pointed at our door with my thumb. We lived together. My idea was that in case she was acting like this because she was interested in me, I'd gently tell her I was taken. Grace. Yes. She must be a nice girl. Best I've ever known. She's lucky to have you. It's the other way around. Well, it's been nice chatting. I'll say hi to Grace for you. I should go in and say hello myself. No need. And she's not here right now. But, bye. I pretended to unlock the door. It was already unlocked, but Grace was home. I slipped in and shut the door in Anna's face. In the apartment I found I could breathe freely again. Son of a bee. Talk to this girl? Be friends with her? Not a chance. She creeped the hell out of me. Writing all this down, I can see why Grace thought I was overreacting. The plain facts of it don't seem that bad at all. A friend I hadn't seen in years noticed me at my workplace, talked with me a bit, and then happened to move in right next to me. But I knew right from the start that there was something off about her. That's not something to ignore. Paranoid? Yeah. But in the case I was right to be paranoid. It's because I let my guard down that all that crap happened. Still no word from the doctor about when I'll be able to get out of here. In fact, I haven't seen him in days. I just hope he's just busy. What if something happened to him? It's the paranoia talking again. No, that's not paranoia. That's plain stupid. Anna can't make a doctor disappear and get away with it. But I've got to say, if this doctor did disappear, it wouldn't be much of a loss to the hospital, I think. I'll have to ask him to give me some neck exercises I can do. My neck hurts from craning my head to the side all the time to look at the sky. Or craning, whatever. Craning, not crating. Well, at least the weather's bad now. I'm not looking there as much. It's weird how a little neck pain has caused me trouble, with how broken and battered the rest of me is. No, I probably shouldn't mention my neck to him. I might up my dosage and what I'll do then with my brain turned to mush. Maybe then I'd be happy. In any case, I have things to do, and I need a clear mind to do them. I hope that's what I'm writing makes sense. I hope I haven't gone down the rabbit hole already, and all I'm doing is scrawling line after line of meaningless chicken scratch. That'd be pretty funny, I guess. In a pretty unfunny way. Oh, by the way, actually, no, wait. This video that y'all are seeing is gonna go up, yeah, it's gonna go up on Tuesday morning, but the video Tuesday evening, which would normally be this, it's gonna be Destiny 2, and then, there won't be a video on Wednesday, because I'll probably be grinding Destiny or a Battlefield, and Killer Love will return. I wasn't talking to you! Freaking Siri started to turn on. But yeah, like I said, this video will go out Tuesday morning, Destiny 2 will have a video that evening. And Killer Love will return on Thursday. I'm just saying that now, just in case. But that'd be pretty funny, I guess, in a pretty unfunny way. August 12th. Anna's brownies were tasty. I didn't have any, but Grace said so. I wanted to throw the brownies into the trash, but Grace caught wind of them too quickly. She's like a bloodhound when it comes to sweet stuff, chocolate especially. And then, of course, I had to explain where I'd got them. Huh. Weird. I know, right? There's no way it's a coincidence. Yeah, it must be a sign. A sign of what? That she's talking to me? You know, it is weird that she was stalking me, since she knew I lived. But that she didn't know about Grace. I mean, she couldn't have known with how surprised she was. I don't think she was acting. Was it a coincidence then? No, absolutely not. That I refuse to accept. I think I'll go say hi. I can make something for her too. Do you have any butter left? I want to bake her cookies. Yeah, and then you'll eat most on your own. Hey! I don't see the point of going to visit her, though. That face, though. Again, it reminds me of Konosuba. That's a good show. I need to subscribe to Crunchyroll again. My friggin' subscription ran up a while ago. Or just do the 2-week trial thing again. Like, just get another account and do the 2-week trial. I don't know. I was on, like, episode 8. Anyway. We'll see more of her than her. We'll see more than enough of her anyway. We live so close by. We're neighbors. I want to get started on the right foot. And maybe she and I could be friends. I think that'd be nice. I wrap my arms around her. Of course, you deserve that. But please, find a friend that's not her. Why? Once again, I couldn't probably explain why. I couldn't put it down as anything more than a hunch. A gut feeling I'd get whenever I was near her. I've at least got how to see her for myself, to see if she's really such a horrible person. Trust me, you're better off without it. Go away, Steam notification. Why is the Steam notification in the top right? I don't know if y'all can see that. I don't know. The next day, in the afternoon, I was lying down on our sofa. It's called a couch. Who calls a couch a sofa? In America. Well, then again, this is Japanese. Anime is Japan stuff, so... I was nursing a headache that had been with me since morning. Grace told me she'd be right back. She went out of the apartment with something in her hands, and then a smell of freshly baked cookies wafted out of the kitchen. It still took me about 2 minutes to piece the puzzle together. Ah, crap, I whispered. No, it's like, ah, crap. I was immediately up. Not good, not good. Panic struck me harder than I would expect. Why is the screen getting red? It was like with Grace seeing Anna all by herself, some vulnerable part of me was exposed. I wanted to bring Grace back and lock the door and keep her safe, and never, ever let her out of my sight. But I also didn't want to go in there. I just stood there, head in my hands, wondering what the hell to do. All at once, I was telling myself to go there. You coward. But also to stay here, you idiot. And somewhere far away was a tiny voice. Very tiny. Very little. It was telling me I was overreacting. Then there came the sound of glass breaking. It had come from where else? Anna's apartment. I went to the wall that separated our apartments. Now there was no sound at all. Nothing to explain the crash. I finally overcame my cowardice. I dashed out of our apartment to hers. When I got there, I saw broken glass and blood, and Grace kneeling down, and Anna stood above her, and they were both smiling. They stopped when they noticed me there, out of breath and confused. Jack? Hi, Jack. Did you decide to join us? No, What the hell is going on? This? Anna waved her hand at the floor. All the bits of glass, white ceramic. Actually, there were also some scattered cookies and drops of blood. Yes, that. Just looking at the blood made me feel like I was going to throw up, but I couldn't peel my eyes away from it. Honestly, if it's a tiny bit of blood, like you scratch yourself, that's not a big deal. But to the point where it's like pouring out of the scratch or whatever, that's what makes me feel sick to my stomach. Unless it's in a movie or a game. In real life, ugh. That's what makes me feel sick to my stomach. When I'm watching like a movie or a TV show or playing a game, that's not a big deal. You see, that's the daily life of someone who watches movies, watches TV, or plays video games, especially the violent ones. I've always been like that around blood. I've never had the stomach for it. Grace was picking up the broken pieces of ceramic. It was a little accident. An accident. Yes, what else? Grace, what happened? It's my fault, really. The cookies were hotter than I thought, so I dropped the whole plate. And it was Anna's plate, too. Be careful, Grace. You might cut yourself. She cut herself already. Look. Huh? She only now seemed to notice the blood around her. Grace checked her hands, turned them around for every time to see every angle, but found no cuts there. It's not me. It's my blood. What? Anna was, I just noticed, holding her left hand tightly with her right. There was a little blood still trickling from between her knuckles. Oh no. Grace's hand hovered around Anna's. She looked willing to help, but afraid she'd do something wrong. How'd this even happen? I tried to pick up some of the pieces. They're pretty sharp, aren't they? Hang on, Anna, I'm fine. I don't need you to do anything. The way Anna has said that was forceful, almost harsh. Grace backed away. I can still help. She remembered I was there. Jack, go get some gauze. We have gauze? Oh, useless. I'm not Aqua, okay? Screw you. Konosuba watchers will know that reference. More frustrated than I'd ever seen her before, Grace ran off to get the gauze herself. She left me there, in the belly of the beast. I tried being polite. Shame about the cookies. Real shame. I didn't even get to eat a single one. Well, actually, she picked one up with the free fingers on her left hand. Some of her blood got on the cookie. Before I could say anything, she ate it in one bite. Jesus! It's not bad at all. They're still warm. Do you want one? I'll pass. God, you make me sick. That's not a very nice thing to say, Jack. If anyone else said it, but I'll forgive you. She licked her lips. I should have left, but I was like a frog being stared down by a snake. That doesn't make sense. Should have replaced that with, but I was like a deer in the headlights. That makes more sense. Because it's funny. Whenever a deer sees a person, it runs away. Whenever a deer sees a car going like 50 towards it, it just goes headlights. What is that from? I feel like that's from a DreamWorks movie. It's not No, Zootopia's Disney. Is it? I don't remember. All I remember was that there was like a deer that just stared into headlights and just went headlights. I don't remember. What's taking Grace so long? She must be flustered. Poor girl. So much worry about a teeny little cut. It's not serious. It's not. How do you know? I've seen a lot of cuts. I can imagine. Anna laughed. I'm a nurse. That I couldn't imagine. It's still hard to believe, though I see proof of it every day. There's a lot of blood. You don't believe me? Look. She showed me her hand. The cut ran from the base of her thumb towards the middle of her hand. That's a big cut. Like, take your hand, go from like the middle of your thumb to the middle of your hand. Just drag one of your fingers to that spot. That's a big cut. Like, if it's like a tiny cut on your thumb, all you gotta do is just grab a freaking Band-Aid. But that big of a cut? Jesus! What do? Throw glass around like it's a freaking ball? The wound was thin, but long and ragged. The skin around the wound was pale and moist, showing how fresh the cut was. Sorry, food. But I would not describe something as pale and moist. Ugh. That just sounds bad. I could have puked. Yeah, and I nearly did. Oh, does it look bad? Don't worry. It won't even scar. Stop that. You're really, I don't remember what I was going to say. It wasn't nice in any case. What stopped me was Grace coming back. Sorry. There wasn't any gauze. Here. She brought a roll of pink toilet paper. I mean, I've made a true story. One time I was helping family fix up their floor or whatever, and I was trying to see how long like those I forget what they're called, but they're like those little humps in between doors. And I was trying to measure how long the thing was to cut the right one to that length. And I smashed my thumb. Like, I didn't think to just, like, slowly bring the tape measure back. And stupid me thought to just let the whole thing come, and it was too late, and it already scratched my thumb. Don't worry, it's not like it was, it's not like I needed to, like, go to the doctor or anything. All I did was I grabbed a paper towel that was mainly supposed to be for lunch because we had chicken, but I just grabbed a paper towel off the paper towel rack, and just put it around my finger, and no, we didn't have tape, but I found like this sticker that was on a wrapper for those thingies, and I just wrapped that around that. I don't even say that sounds like a bad thing to do. I mean, it happened like 3 weeks ago, so it's not like this was a few days ago. And trust me, it's fine. If it was infected, I would have said something about it. I hope this is good enough. Thank you, Grace, but I don't need it. You don't? No. See? The blood stopped. Anna flashed me a smile. The corners of her mouth were still red. August 13th. Good day today. Didn't see Anna once. But enough of that. After what had happened, where I left off yesterday, I was sure Grace and I were on the same page. But no. In the end, I was the one who cleaned up the bloody mess on the floor. Was that a pun to Australian people? Because, you know, they say, like, bloody. Like, bloody hell, mate. Like, whenever you watch, like, an Australian YouTuber, there'd be at least one bloody in every video. Or if you watch an Australian Twitch streamer, they'd say it, like, every 5 minutes. No offense. But it's true. Australians tend to say bloody a lot. I wouldn't know personally because I'm American. But still. I threw away the cookies before Anna could get her hands on any more. Good idea. Back in our apartment, Grace let out a long sigh. Okay, this chapter has gone on a bit longer than usual because chapters 1 and 2 only stretch to like 50 minutes. We're already at like in the mid 30 minutes, and this is still chapter 3. What a mess. What a mess, am I right? Yeah, and it was all my fault. I meant Anna. You did just meet her, right? Yes. And? Well, I could see why you've been avoiding her, if that's what you mean. Thank you. She's beautiful. I thought she would be some shy little girl or crazy cat lady or something. But she's like a model. What? No! Don't try to deny it, Jack. It's why you don't want to go near her, isn't it? You don't want to be tempted. I shook my head. I really didn't see her that way. Now, with a little more perspective, I could say it's true. What a waste of good looks. She's much more beautiful than me. Hey, don't say that. She's not. She is. Grace dropped her gaze and just stared at her hands. She wasn't mad that I ruined her plate. She wasn't scared of the blood either. She's just so... I took her hands in mine. They were cold. Grace. Jack, you're beautiful and kind. More beautiful and kind than any other girl in the world. I'm lucky as hell to have you. My cheeks burn. I must have looked like a tomato. I wasn't used to saying stuff like this. I mean it. So don't say stuff like that, okay? Oh. Grace blinked like she'd just woken up. Oh. I must have been saying a lot of dumb stuff, I guess. I'm sorry. I'm a real hassle, huh? No, don't say that. And don't say you're sorry either. You've done nothing to feel sorry for. She apologized way too often. August 15th. We've gone 5 days already, and we're still on chapter 3? Jesus. I didn't write anything yesterday. Oh wait. I guess technically 4. I guess I lost track. Pain in my leg made it so I couldn't focus. It's been hurting like a bee these last few days. I gave in and asked the doctor about it. He's fine, by the way. Didn't disappear or anything. Must have taken a few days off. I asked him about the pain. I asked if he could do anything about it. Apparently the pain is a good sign. I think that's what he said. So I guess my leg is healing alright. But it still hurts. When the doctor went away, I complained out loud that it hurts. One of the other patients must have thought I was talking to him. The patients here now are not the same guy as I mentioned before. Maybe one is, but that's all. The others went away. To another part of the hospital or home, or maybe to the morgue. I don't know, I wasn't keeping track. So I said something about how my leg hurt, and a guy on the bed next to mine, a kid, actually, can't be more than 18 or 19, started talking to me. I think he was saying how he's in a lot of pain too. I couldn't understand most of it though. His jaw had been wired shut. Just, I mean, what the frick? Why would some people need to have their jaws wired shut? Now, I don't know anyone who's had their jaws wired shut, but I've seen, like, pictures and videos of people who've had, like, their jaws wired shut and stuff, and that's just weird. Like, they look like freaking Springtrap from Five Nights at Freddy's. Like, how do you eat? I'm assuming there's, like, some sort of tube thingy that, like, you do something. I don't freaking know. I've never had my jaws strapped shut before. Or I don't know anyone who's had their jaw wired shut. I know I said strapped shut, but shut up. Anything he tries to say turns to moans and a lot of drool. So like whenever I go to the dentist. Then a nurse came in, not Anna, and told him he shouldn't speak if he wants his mouth to get better. So he shut up. Not much else happened, but my leg is really bothering me. It's a deep pain, it doesn't feel like it's healing. It feels wrong, in a way that makes my teeth hurt too. I'll stop with the leg now. I have to have my mind off it. It hurts so much. I'll check where I left off the day before yesterday and go from there. You're not coming with us? Again? No, I don't feel like it. But Anna's so great to hang out with. Yesterday we went window shopping. Then we went to a cafe, and then we had ice cream in the park. Window shopping is a lie! Every time... Not to be, like, offensive or anything, but every time when... Like, for example, like, you're out with your mom or something, and she says that, like, let's go shopping. It's only gonna take like 20 minutes. Like, you'd leave at like 11. By the time you get home, it's already 4. Again, not trying to be offensive or anything. I'm just saying. And true story, like, one time we went to a store. We got there at like 3. We left at like 7. Like, I don't know how you can stay inside a Winco for 4 hours, but Jesus. Then again, it was for 8 people. So yeah. But still, jeez, 4 hours. Sounds fun. It was. Anna's a really interesting person. You should give her a chance. I want us all to be friends. So please come along. No, I'll pass. Sorry. A moment later, Anna came in without knocking. Rude. She never knocked anymore. Ready, Grace? Yes, in a minute. Grace heaved a sigh. Are you sure you don't want to go? Yes, I'm sure. It's like that little kid like, whenever, like, their parents or something ask them, do you want to go to the store? And they just say, nah, I don't really want to go, but yet still ask for, well, actually, like, they ask for, like, some like this really, like, this treat that they like or something, like, I don't know, unless the parent says, like, do you want anything or something, like, still, don't just expect your parents to get you, like, candy just because you don't want to go, because maybe what if on the way they decided to stop at GameStop? Or if you're more into books, then to half-priced books or something, I don't freaking know. Half-price books sucks, actually. Want good books, just get them online. Go have fun without me. Okay then, some other time. That some other time will be never. We kissed. Imagine kissing. This post was made by Singles Gang. Then again, one of my friends' friends, who was, this kid that I knew in 6th grade, like, he wasn't bragging, he was saying something about, like, his girlfriend, I don't know. Have fun. We will. Bye. Oh wait, that was Grace. Okay. Imagine just a girl talking normal, and then in a deep voice they just go, bye. Like freaking Kratos. Grace and Anna became friends. Good friends. Very soon after they first met. I was against it, but I found it hard to complain, seeing Grace so happy. They spent quite a lot of time together. Whenever I said anything about this, Grace would tease me. She'd say I was jealous. But she would also invite me to come with. I always declined. I eventually got used to it, and things were quiet for a while. Oh no, don't start it with until. Once at the store, I was applying discounts during work hours. Should have been done before we opened up, but someone had been slacking off. I won't point fingers. It was Don, the old guy. So I was the one stuck wondering, like, what kind of dog food the 20% off sign should go on, or something like that. The lists they gave us were always terrible, so full of corrections you could barely read them. I was about to choose at random where to apply the discount sticker. Someone put a hand on my shoulder. Oh, Anna. Oh no. There was a tightness in my chest, but it passed within seconds. As I said, I got used to it. She didn't scare me anymore. Hi. How are you, Jack? I'm alright, thanks. Hey, random question. Do you like big dogs or small dogs? Big dogs, I guess. I see. I bent down and placed a sticker reducing the price of dog food that had one of those wiener dogs on the packaging. Reminds me of this one video that I saw like years ago, where it was just like this little wiener dog just rolling on a skateboard. God, to think that the internet was that simple back then. Like, all you had on YouTube back then was like, you had the occasional gaming video, you had the occasional whatever, but most of the time it was like pet videos and stuff. Nowadays, those are freaking extinct. Grace is in the break room, by the way. I know, I was just there. But I wanted to see you. Yeah? Why? I haven't seen you at all for the past week, you know. Didn't you notice? I guess. I was called into work a lot, and you must have been busy here, too. Yep, busy. We should meet more often. After all these years apart, we must have a lot of stories to tell, huh? Yeah, maybe. Jack, you mentioned dogs, right? Right. Was that because of Buddy? Who's Buddy? So you really don't remember anything? Nope. I don't remember this Buddy, and I don't remember knowing you either. Of course, now I do know about Buddy. I don't remember his breed or how old he was or anything other than his name, really, but I do know of him. A certain picture book told me. That's really too bad. But it'll all come back to you, I'm sure. Who knows? Buddy was a really sweet dog. You liked him a lot. I shrugged. And he loved you. But then again, that dog loved everyone. He was so trusting. Too trusting. I'm sure he was. Are you really fine with not knowing about so much of your life, Jack? Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I am. I'm used to it by now. I think it would feel weird if I could remember, actually. I suppose it's easier, in a way. There are some things best forgotten, after all, aren't there? Yeah. Yeah. Of course there are. And I wish some of those things would have had the decency to stay forgotten. Why mention it now, though? Oh, no reason. I was just a little curious. Uh-huh. I didn't believe her. I sensed that there was something in particular she wanted me to remember. I don't know what it is now. But I still don't know why she wants me to remember what she did. Is it some sick form of love, or does she want to finish the job? Is it both? I don't remember. I really don't. Her mind was as much of a mystery to me now as it ever was. Are we finally starting chapter interlude? Anna in Wonderland. Dear Diary, I found him. It was beautiful. It was like fate. Are we playing as her now? Because I said I'm not ending the video until we finish chapter 4. But if the video ends up getting too long, because I can only record up to 2 hours, that's why I think it was part 3 that got split into 2 parts, and the last part was only like a minute long, while the first part of it was like 2 hours long. So if it gets too long, then yeah, because it's already stretching to 50 minutes, and I think we just finished chapter 3. It was fate. As soon as I came to the city, I caught his scent in the air. A little, but Mostly, I smelled homeless people, and gasoline. Why, why do you go all the way out here, Jack? Okay, so, I think we are playing as Anna. Wait, it said Anna in Wonderland, so yeah, we're playing as Anna now. You love nature, the smell of pines, where we grew up. I was ready to spend weeks looking for you, Jack. Or months. Years if I had to. I even got a job at the hospital here. They're understaffed, so it was easy. There you were, in the first store I went to. I didn't even go in to look for you. Fate, fate, fate. But you were a little strange. Surely you recognized me? I hadn't changed that much, have I? I mean, it's been a while, and I have tried to make myself pretty for you in every way I can think of. But you knew it was me, right? I knew it was you. You hadn't forgotten me. Were you pretending? Playing a game? Yes, that must be it. Well, I'd love to wait and see what you're doing, dear. But I've been a patient girl for far too long. Dear Diary, Friday. Jack Friday. Jack Black Friday. Puns. That was not a pun. That was just me trying to be funny. Sorry if any of y'all laughed. Sorry if any of y'all clicked off this video at this point. But if you're still here, let's continue. I knew he changed his name to that. It's just so funny, isn't it? We'll have to change it back, Jack, for when we're married. I want the real one to follow my first name. It's kind of creepy, don't you think? Don't you think, Shax? For those who actually no one knows this, I have like this like foot tall Shax figurine that I bought at a toy store the other day. It was like $50. It's just another thing that can stare at me and judge me every time I play PvP in any game. Jack Friday. It made me giggle when I saw it in your employee records, darling. Why does that remind me of, what was that one anime where the girl kept saying darling? There was two of them. One of them, I believe, was Monster Musume, and the other one, I believe, was Darling of the Franxx. Yeah, I'm cultured. I just had a peek, nothing more. Just to see where you live. I wanted to follow you home at first, but then I thought, hey, wouldn't it be insanely romantic if the next time I saw you, we lived right next to each other? I know you're playing your little game of you don't know me anymore, but that's not too much, is it, being neighbors? You won't be angry, right? Even if it makes you angry, I have to at least do this, right? I can't wait anymore. I'm tired of being myself. I've waited this long. I've prepared for you so much. Maybe you won't be mad. Please don't be mad. Please. P.S. One other thing, darling. That street where you live? Isn't it a terrible part of town? Run down and cheap and even dangerous? I haven't been here for long, but I think that's right. Is that part of your game too? And working in a store? That must be well. Someone like you should never work there. Instead, you should be a... Gosh, I can't even imagine what. And isn't that perfect? I don't want you working anywhere. I want you all for me. Dear Diary, the street is worse than I thought. God, the smell. Do you really know what you're doing, Jack? No, I shouldn't doubt you, I know. The rest is cheap. At least, very cheap. But more important than that, or anything else, there is a vacancy right next door to your apartment. I can't wait to move in. We'll be neighbors. I'll see so much of you, it will make me drunk. That's not how things work, but okay. Dear Diary, what a beautiful dump. I said this to the landlord when I brought my things here. He thought I was complaining. He said I should have checked out the apartment before I rented it. He's an idiot. There could be a swarm of rats or roaches living in the apartment, or crack addicts for that matter, and I wouldn't give a darn. But still, I can't keep it dirty forever. I have to practice my homemaking skills. How to make this dump a home. Dear Diary, just back from a quick jog, gotta stay in shape, and the brownies are just about done. I know, I should have kept an eye on them, but I've been doing this for long enough, you know? The brownies are perfect, not burnt, not raw, just right. I hope he likes them. By the way, Edge Gang for life. Edge pieces are the best pieces. Don't say anything to me. Edge pieces are the best. Start a war in the comments. No, I'm not going to delete them. I'll respect your opinion. I'm not going to say it's a bad opinion. I'm just going to say I'm going to respect your opinion. Jack, I don't know if I can go on. Who is this girl? I'm the one for you, the only one for you, and yet you... I know this is part of your plan, but you didn't have to do it this way. Why are you being so cruel? I have work now. I don't care. I'll go sleep. I go sleep. Dear Diary, I cried all the bad feelings out. Things don't seem nearly as bad now. Jack is testing me, so I have to show him what I have what it takes. This is nothing at all. I can do this. What, are you gonna hit him with a car? Dear Diary, I met her today. Grace. I hope she doesn't get in the way. She's a sweet girl. But she's clumsy. She dropped a plate, my plate too, of cookies, and there were cookies and broken pieces of porcelain everywhere. I'm pretty clumsy too, I guess. I cut myself on a shard when I tried to pick it up. Jack came in just as I got cut, and he must have sensed I was hurt. There's a lot of blood for a wound so small. Why is the screen getting red? The blood reminded me of that time. It always does. I showed it to Jack. He looked like he was going to vomit. Great acting, Jack. I love you. Dear Diary, I've gotten better at playing along with Jack's little game. I see him a lot more now, everywhere I go. Nearly half of those times I'm not even trying to make our paths cross. Fate. I'm also seeing Grace a lot more. She's always asking me to go somewhere with her or to chat. She's always asking to come over to my apartment without Jack. She's become a real bother, honestly, but I act nice. That girl tells me things about Jack after all. Though, of course, she doesn't know anything about him that I don't. That's because she doesn't really know Jack. But I know what he's pretending to be like. He told Grace that he has amnesia. It's a little unoriginal, Jack, don't you think? That's okay, though. She believes you. That dumb little... Dear Diary, I'm troubled. I started to think that Jack is not pretending. What if he really has forgotten all about me? No, I can't have that. I need a sign, Jack. Just one little sign, so that I know you remember. One sign. Anything is fine. Dear Diary, Jack doesn't remember me. I'm pretty sure of it now. He doesn't remember anything. Darn. But that's a good thing. He hasn't been acting cold on purpose. I'll give him his memory a little jog, and that'll be that. Good as new. But this also means that he's serious about that girl, Grace. You can't have that. No. I'm starting to see her true colors. She's a filthy seductress. Seductress is like someone who seduces you, right? Right. Okay. Alright. She's also an idiot. She invited me for dinner tomorrow at her apartment. Their apartment. Her and Jack's apartment. The apartment they're sharing together. Without me. Oh no. August 16th. Terrible whole day. Really awkward. Anna was hovering around me all day. I swear she was here for Mork than... Mork? Mork? Like, how do you miss the E key for the C key? They're very far away though. Not by much. The D key separates them, but they're on two different roads. How do you mess that up? I swear she was here for more than 2 shifts. How the bell does that work? Okay, that time I could see you hitting B. I couldn't write it. Oh. It's on purpose. It's on purpose. I'm sorry, developers of this game. I'm sorry if you're watching this. I'm sorry. She's only gone now. It's already after, and it's after midnight. I guess I should mark this as the 17th, then not the 16th. Oh, who cares? Now I have to write in the dark, but that's fine. I don't see it being a problem. So not long after, I did write about how Anna came to see me at the store that one time. Yeah, I did. Not long after that, Grace invited Anna over for dinner. She could have told me before asking Anna. Not that I would have said no. I didn't have an excuse to say no. But I mean, she only told me about how the dinner a few hours before it. Yeah, I was preparing for a really awkward, for a really relaxed evening. I read that as eyeing. Oh my god, this is screwing my head. All of a sudden, Grace says we should start making dinner. And oh no, I forgot to tell you, Jack. I shouldn't be so bitter and childish. People forget. It happens. She didn't mean anything bad by it. She still rubbed me the wrong way, though. Anna was going to invade my home and be there for hours. And I'm pretty sure I had every right to be angry about that. No, I'm sure I should have sent her packing the first time I saw her. And then when she moved in next to us, and a million times after that. I should have. The fault is mine. So yeah, dinner. Is the spelling gonna be correct? The food tastes amazing, Jack. Thanks, I barely made anything. Okay, now we're on chapter 4, an hour into the video. Thanks, I barely made anything. That's not true, is it? You were in charge of the rice. Yeah, the rice. It ended up mushy. I think it's delicious. Anna ate it like it was the tastiest thing in the world. My opinion, I don't like rice. An idea popped into my head. If I bore her, she might leave early. Thanks, but the chicken is much better. And it's incredible how you could make anything decent in the oven we have, Grace. Oh, don't talk about the oven, Jack. It's embarrassing. I bet you've never seen a greasier oven, Anna. I swear to God. I tried to clean it, but nothing works. I don't know what the previous owners did to make it that dirty. And it's not even the biggest problem, is it? You said. Yes. The light in the oven barely works. Don't get me started on the heating. It's so sketchy. Yeah, all of that. Okay. Here's the thing. We were living in this apartment, and the one thing that this apartment had that ticked us off, or didn't have, was that we had an oven. But the oven part, you know, where like you make like your lasagnas or your cakes or whatnot, yeah, the oven didn't work. So we had a stove and a microwave. And trust me, after that for like a year, yeah, it was good making frickin' lasagna in your own oven again. And you still managed to make something this good. What do you say, Anna? It's tasty. It reminds me of home. Have you tried remembering what home was like, Jack? I swallowed, choked, and coughed. What's with that all of a sudden? Anna smiled and went on eating. I was just wondering. No, I have not tried to remember what home was like. I don't see why I have to. I'm fine without it. Alright. It's a shame, though. Tough. Jack? Yeah? What is it, Grace? I'm with Anna on this one. You are? Yes. Even after you said you were fine with me deciding what goes on in my head? I'm trying to think of what's best for you. That's right. You can't spend your life running away from the past. Face it now. Be a man. It's not healthy to lock so much of yourself away. It can't be. You have to agree, Jack. I didn't reply. I was eviscerating a chicken drumstick. I didn't tell you this, but at night, at least once a week, Jack. Okay, the thud actually scared me first. That's enough. I banged my fist on the table, and then was immediately ashamed that I'd lost my temper. But I couldn't back down. This has got to do with me and me only. Stay the hell out of it, both of you. Do you understand? Why are you so... it's no good. I've never gotten this angry before. I needed to be alone. I walked off into another room, but that didn't help. I could still hear their murmurs and their whispering. They were talking about me. I dressed in a hurry. Huh? Are you going out, Jack? I nodded. Have fun. Wait, don't go. I'm sorry I keep insisting so much. You know I'm trying to help, right? Yeah. Then please don't be mad. I couldn't stop being angry. It was stronger than me. Can you do just one thing for me? Just so I know how I did all I could. Do what? Can you say you're fine with... No, please. Please say that you don't want to remember. Can you do that for me? Of course. I hesitated longer than I would. Suddenly it struck me that I was being childish as hell. But in the end, my anger and my stubbornness won over. I don't want to remember. There, are you happy now? I want things to stay as they were. That's all I ever wanted. For nothing to change. Because, for once, I was happy. Well, sorry. Should be. I walked out. By the time I came back, Grace was gone. August 17th. I came back hours later after a little drinking and a lot of pointless wandering. The apartment was empty. Her things were gone. But I only realized that after I read the letter. The letter was on the table next to our half-finished dinner. There was a key to the apartment. There was a key next to the letter, too. A key to the apartment. I remember the letter word for word. So why don't I write it here? Wouldn't that be fun? Jack, it said, I can't stay with you anymore. You're only going to make yourself more miserable, and I can't help you, and I can't watch you do this to yourself. I pray there's someone who can help you like I couldn't, and I hope you'll be happy. Goodbye. Grace didn't need to sign the message. I would have recognized those neat letters anywhere. I'd seen that same handwriting during our brief year together on dozens, if not hundreds, of little notes. Shift schedules, remind me to buy snacks or milk, things like that. There were, in fact, at least half a dozen of the yellow post-its she used still around the apartment. Seeing them hurt. There were a lot of her things Grace hadn't taken with her, too. Socks, pants, a few undershirts, a scarf, a pair of shoes, a sweater she really liked, too. She would have worn a sweater while napping in the evening. It was all evidence of how much of a hurry she'd been in to get away from me. Now I know better. Morning, everyone. The patients all greet her. I do too. Well, well. I'm happy to see you finally stop being Mr. Grumpy. Well, you know. Do you feel better? Does the leg still hurt? I'm a little better, I guess. At peace. That's great. You'll be up on your feet in no time, I'm sure. Feel free to come back home. I laugh like hell. Anna probably doesn't see what's so funny. She smiles vacantly. I guess she does love me in her own way. It doesn't matter, though. Remember the pain she caused me has given me a conviction. My heart is set on killing her. August 18th. My health is vastly improving. Doctor's words, those. And I feel it. I don't wake up at night so much anymore, choking on pain. I don't get angry, and I don't get so angry anymore that I have to chew my own fingers so I don't end up shouting. I really am at peace. I know what to do, and I know I have to do it. I feel like I don't have a choice in the matter. I'm a train going down a set of tracks at a few hundred miles per hour. No turns, no brakes. Whatever happens, will happen. It's strangely calming. For now, I'll keep on writing. I know a good point to stop. After Grace left, I spent that first night alone on the kitchen floor. It was where my legs had happened to give in under me. After hours of walking back and forth in the apartment, I paced around like a caged animal, looking under pillows and carpets and poking my head in closets. I don't know why. Maybe I thought I'd be fine. Maybe I thought I'd find her there. I woke up in the afternoon with a blanket over me. I thought that Grace had done it, that she'd come back. She hadn't. I guess it must have been Anna. I didn't go to work. I didn't eat. I don't remember drinking any water, but I must have. And I must have slept a lot too. Turned out I needed Grace more than I thought I did. Certainly more than she needed me. I was alone all that day, that night, and the day after too. Right up until the evening. That's when she made her move. The windows were closed and the blinds were drawn. It must have been stuffy and hot in the apartment. I lay on the couch, shivering. I held to my chest the sweater Grace had left. I was about to slip into uncomfortable sleep when the front door opened. My heart skipped a beat before the sight of the person coming in disappointed me. Hello? Jack? I stared at her. What's wrong? Stared. She tried to get me to talk, but I was not in the mood for talking. Eventually, she found the letter sitting on the still on the table, pretended to find it. Oh, Jack. Oh, darling, go away. You're hurt, I know. She's terrible, isn't she? To have hurt you so bad. The sweater was softening as my skin. It smelled of her. I know. She's awful. Let me help. She brought her hand near to my face. I turned my head away. I'm the one who can make you happy, you know. You won't have to remember that girl ever again. You won't want to. I promise. Her hand found my cheek. It had only been 2 days since I'd last seen Grace, and I'd touched her. Or had last touched her. Now that I said that out loud, that's just weird. But it was like I had already forgotten a person's warmth. I raised my hand to bat hers away. I found that I couldn't do it. Instead, I put my hand on hers. I was close to tears. There were so many emotions in me that confused and overwhelmed me. But Anna was here, and she was whispering that she'd never leave. We made love there, on the couch. Afterwards, I used the sweater to wipe the sweat off me. Ew! Disgusting! Anna lay next to me, soft and worm. Worm. Both her arms wrapped around one of mine. In the morning, after that long night, Anna looked at me and asked me a question. I'm tired, aren't you? Uh-huh. I won't go to work today. I'll call in sick. What about you? I don't know. I won't go to work. I hadn't thought at all about work. It was so irrelevant. That's a good idea. Hey, I'm going to my apartment. I want to have a nice hot shower. Come with? Sure. Yes. My apartment had a perfectly working shower, of course, but I didn't want to be by myself. I was scared. After I'd had a shower at her place, Hana told me I could stay there a while. Until you feel better, she told me. What do you say? I said yes, and that's how it went. I don't feel ashamed for what I did. I know I should, but I don't. The problem is, I don't really feel like I did any of that. It's more like I was watching myself do those things. Watching myself get tricked, and cheat on Grace, and hit that woman who caused me so much misery to so many people. I know I should be ashamed. It's a disgusting thing I did, and I can't take it back. I let myself be made into an animal. That one whole month is something I'd like to forget and to never remember. So I won't write about it, or anything more. I've written enough. I'm done. This journal has helped me a lot, but I don't need it anymore. Then, it's goodbye. So goodbye, JF. I woke up and found the room dark. Oh wait, no, this is chapter 5. So we're going to save this here, and we will pick this up in the next episode. Like I said, Destiny 2 will be Tuesday evening, and there won't be a video on Wednesday. So like I said, Killer Love will return on okay, so basically is what's gonna happen. This episode will go up on Tuesday morning, like at 9 in the morning, and Destiny 2 will be uploaded that evening, so we'll have 2 videos on Tuesday for the reset, Solstice of Heroes, stuff like that. And Wednesday night I'll do part 3 of Killer Love, and yeah, it'll go up Thursday. So, like I said, Killer Love will return on Thursday. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want, leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.